So what a monster week we've had in the markets. The presidential elections have been decided. President Trump is your new president. So congratulations to him. And also congratulations to the market, because the market absolutely loved it. Okay. And I told you that I was so juiced for last week, because what a week we've had in the markets. All-time highs across the board, even on the 10-year yield, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But what a week, right? From the previous data that we've had, we've been analyzing on this chart how bullish the presidential week has been in the previous two cycles, and that's exactly what's happened again. Another monster week on SPX, on Bitcoin, and we're going to get into the charts in a minute. But first of all, I want to just talk a little bit about elections and what we think policy might look going forward. And we also had the FOMC, Jerome Powell, they cut rates again, 25 basis points. The markets also loved it. So let's talk a little bit about the elections. We had a massive win for Trump. He's taking control of the Senate as well, which is fantastic for them to be able to pass laws a lot easier. So that's a big help. The market loves that. I think they're gonna have control of the House of Representatives as well. So a clean sweep amongst the swing states as well. So it was a big victory, right? Big victory for Trump. And as soon as he was ahead, the markets were pumping like crazy. I mean, I was asleep. I didn't quite catch the big pump. But I did give you a banger from last week on Bitcoin. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. When we look at the charts and we look at that video from last week when I told you about the exact level, and that's what happened. That was a banger. All right. If you took that, congratulations. But yeah, let's talk about what we think policy might look now going forward. Now we've had the elections, uncertainties over. What can we expect from the markets going forward? So for me, in my opinion, we are going to have very bullish months now. November, December, January for me are going to be extremely bullish, guys. All right, across the board. I've been saying all along on my channel, I know it's a new channel, but in my group and the people that I know and people that know me, I've been telling them all along that we are going to be hitting all-time highs across all markets this year. I said before the elections, okay, I was wrong by a few hours. It happened right after elections, on the day of the elections. But we were there, all right? We were there, we were right. We took full advantage of that. We positioned ourselves for this. So next time, when you approach these situations and when you see a lot of bearishness in the markets, oh, we're going to have a recession, this, that, and the markets are crashing, oh my God, everything's burning to hell. Remember, those are your best times to invest. That's how you become rich. That's how you become really wealthy, is when you buy the crashes, when you buy the dips in these markets. Because these markets, for the past 100 years, have done the exact same thing. Continue trending higher. All right? And that's not about to change, guys. That's about to stay. That's going to stay the same. So next time, when you're faced with a situation, especially the youngsters that might be watching this video, and you're starting your journey in investing, remember, buy the fear, guys. Okay, that's how you're going to become extremely successful at investing. When everybody else is selling and there's a lot of fear, Bitcoin's going to crash. It's going to go down to 30,000. SPX is going to crash. The Nasdaq is going to crash. Everything's going to go to fire. Everything's going to hell. That's the time you want to be investing. But anyways, if you missed it, you're going to be looking for your next opportunity. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the next opportunity on these charts. We'll get into that in a minute. But let's talk about policy. Okay, so FOMC, Federal Reserve, they cut 25 basis points. And I really loved the last FOMC, because Jay Powell, he was asked if he would step down as Fed chair if President Trump asked him. And that was one of my favorite moments in a long time in an FOMC meeting. Take a look at what he said.
President-elect's advisors have suggested that you should resign. If he asked you to leave, would you go?
No.
Can you follow up on, do you think that legally you're not required to leave?
No.
Do you believe that the president has the power to fire or demote you, and it has the Fed determined the legality of a president demoting at will any of the other governors with leadership positions? Not permitted under the law.
Hilarious, right? Hilarious. He is not going to back down. This man is not going to back down. He's a beast. He's not going to back down as well. And Trump and Powell have had history before. Trump put a lot of pressure on Fed Powell in 2019 to cut rates, and that's what happened. They ended up cutting rates in 2019 with the president's pressure. So something like that along the lines that these two guys, it's going to be entertaining. Let me tell you, it's going to be entertaining between these two figures. I don't think Trump's a big fan of Powell. I don't think Powell's a big fan of Trump. So that's going to be a bit of a dilemma. But I do think that President Trump, I mean, if he puts a lot of pressure on the Fed are kind of going to do what President Trump wants, right? And President Trump, historically, we know he's a low rates type of guy. He wants economic growth. He wants, more jobs, GDP, all this stuff. So he is a very inflationary type of guy. Although we didn't get much inflation under him, aside from the pandemic and the big money printing, he blames it on energy prices, but I don't think that was the cause. I think it was the trillions that was injected into the system, that he did actually. But I think this guy is very inflationary. I think Trump is an inflationary guy, so we need to be very careful in regards to that, because if inflation does get out of hand, that could mean that Fed have to raise rates instead of, finishing their cutting cycle. So that could have a big effect on markets. And we want to be ahead of the curve. We want to know what's happening in the macro landscape, because macro is huge, guys. You need to know where you are in the macro landscape. If you don't know where you are in the macro landscape, trading isn't going to do that for you. You need to have some form of fundamental analysis, fundamental knowledge about where we are in the business cycle. So right now, for me, they're at cutting cycle. I expect another 25 basis point cut, and I feel like if Fed delivers another 25 basis point cut in December, I think that's gonna, the markets are gonna continue ripping higher. Okay, in my opinion, I think Bitcoin will be at 100K by then if they do another rate cut. But 2025 is going to be a bit difficult to navigate. If it becomes inflationary, we will have to cross that bridge if that happens. But also another dilemma that we might face is a recession. So we need to be prepared if we face a recession, what that might look like, what kind of effect that might have on the markets. So yeah, we could get a recession. I mean, it could work really nicely for Trump. He inherited a bad situation. He inherited a recession, and he fixed it. So he would be looking like a hero. So I mean, that's not out of the books, out of the woods, in my opinion. I think that is a possibility that may happen. A recession may happen next year. It's not my base case. The data points that I'm looking at don't suggest a recession is on the cards. However, things could change very, very quickly. If recession starts ticking up, we could see a recession. We could see a recession, guys. The 10-year has been flying again. I know it took a little dip Thursday, Friday, but it was flying on election day, and that was confusing to me. But when I look deeper into it, it's because President Trump is an inflationary type of guy, so the market was just repricing in inflation. 10-year might go higher as a result of more inflation and hikes instead of cuts. So market was pricing in that stuff. But I think, the dollar was going crazy as well. So everything was just going crazy. I think a lot of these assets, the 10-year and the dollar, will cool off, and that's great for risk assets. And in my opinion, you should be already positioned now. But if you ain't, we'll be talking about where you might want to get in, because this could be your last opportunity to ride it for the next, couple of months until he gets into office. For me, these next few months, especially Christmas, Santa rally, and all these things, are going to be big months. So for me, we need to be aware of the fundamentals. We have CPI next week. So if that comes in really soft, then I'd fully expect another 25 basis point rate cut. Anyways, that's it for the fundamentals, guys. Now, I know you're here for the technicals, so let's get into it. Okay, so Bitcoin, ladies and gents, what a week. What a week, guys. We broke the all-time highs on the day of the election. Wow, right? I've been saying that all year. Nobody wanted to listen to me when the price was at 49,000. Right, and now everybody wants to buy. All my friends in my groups want to buy now, guys. How crazy is that, huh? They want to buy now at 80,000. So we got all the way to the top. We got 18% rise in price on Bitcoin, guys. I did tell you last time as well, right? When we looked at the data, we got a nice big pump. Got a same thing, big pump across all assets. Bitcoin, really liked it. And this is not a fake out, ladies and gents. We closed the week at 80,000 and we continue to make highs. We're continuing to make highs, right? Big bullish week. Now, I give you a banger of a trade, right? I give you a banger of a trade. Let's drop this down to the daily. And I told you, if this thing comes down to 67,000, I'll be looking for a big long trade towards all-time highs. And I'm going to play that video for you right now. It was from last week. Just take a look at this, guys, all right?
It's right on it. So that would be very nice. That's a very strong level for me. All right. But this for me, guys, if it comes down, if it takes out this daily naked point of control, the one that I'm talking about, 68,900, then one can expect a move down towards this CME gap and monthly naked point of control. And at that point, I'll be looking for a long setup, guys, back to all-time highs. And the setup that I'll be looking for will be something along this here. My stop would be under this pivot, the one that I'm saying, the big pivot that I'm wanting to see Bitcoin protected, and I do believe that Bitcoin will protect that. My target will be, above all-time highs. So that would be like a 4, or you can take this as high as you want. This could be your next big long trade that you can hold throughout the next, 3 months or whatever time frame.
So there you go, guys. There you go. Right? I give you a banger. I give you an absolute banger. That's exactly what we got, right? We got to move right back into the monthly naked point of control, $67,000, and we pumped all the way to all-time highs. That's currently sitting at over $81,000. So if you took that, congratulations, guys, because yeah, you're gonna be a very, very happy individual right now if you took that trade. But what a banger that was. Perfect trade setup. And that's what we do, guys. That's what we do. That's years and years of experience. That's being in Bitcoin markets before. I have history of being in bull cycles. I know how they move, right? I know how they move. So yeah, what a move. I mean, you can continue holding that long, guys, until 100k, until you see big signs of weakness. Because I don't think Bitcoin is coming below 65k. I mean, you could put your stop at entry now, 67, and you're protected. I don't think this thing is going to come down anytime soon. I do not see $67,000 for a while, guys. Maybe, you know, until the next bear market, if that does happen. Let's have a look. We're going to go to another Bitcoin chart for this, but let's have a look at what happens after election week. So last time, election week, what did we get? We got a pump of around 16%. So similar thing, all right? And then we had this big imbalance, yeah? We came down, we filled it, all right? We filled some of this inefficiency here, and goodbye after that, wasn't it, right? Market just went crazy parabolic. So it went. The next time it corrected was in January, guys. It was in January, in anticipation of the new president getting into office. And I'll show you SPX and NASDAQ as well. They corrected similar time, around January. That was after the new president took office. Well, I think that's exactly what's going to happen again, guys, right? We went from 16 all the way to $40,000. Right, that was a pump. 163%. 163%. I do think that's what's going to happen. This could be your last chance, guys. This could be your last chance to get in. All right? And ride this pump. Because if Fed cuts again, I do believe we're going to go to 6 figures, guys, on Bitcoin. All right? I do think we're going to go to 6 figures. And we've got the same situation here. We've got this imbalance. I'll go back to the chart that I like doing my analysis on. We've got this imbalance. I do not expect 67,000 for the price to come there. But if you're looking to go long again, guys, I'd be looking for a pullback here. It might be quick and sharp. That's what I'm expecting. Quick, really quick one through this week. Quick one down. I'll be looking for... I won't be looking to get into Bitcoin. I'll be looking to get into altcoins. I'm going to do a video on altcoins at some point. But I'll be looking at getting altcoins because altcoin season is starting, guys. And that's where you make big money, right? You can get 10x, 20x's on altcoins. So for me, if I see a pullback, any sort of decent pullback on Bitcoin, I'll be loading up on altcoins because altcoin season is starting to heat up. I mean, you can see, let's have a look at, I mean, this is one of my favorites. I hold Dogecoin. You can see this downward trend line when it got broken and never looked back. And we had a big week on Dogecoin, right? Look at this thing. Over 100% in a week. Tell me another asset that's going to give you 100% a week, guys. This is why we trade crypto, right? Don't go crazy by watching this video. Do not go crazy and start buying, right? But if I see a move back into this imbalance here, I'll be a buyer, guys. And I'll be riding this trend because altcoin season, for me, this thing is starting to heat up. And Dogecoin could be, you know, this thing is not even at all-time highs yet, guys, all right? This thing can just easily come down here and good night, you know, $1.50 on altcoin. Solana is another one that I hold. These two are my favorites. All right, Solana's, you know, big pump as well on Solana. Right, we've had 33% rise in price. We've not hit the all-time highs yet. Solana for me, you can look at 800 price target. If it comes into this imbalance, I'll be a buyer, right? Anyways, I don't want to get sidetracked into altcoins, but for me, as a technical analyst, I'm looking for a move down, a quick flush down, because we do have another CME gap, guys, all right? We have another CME gap, which is 77,575. I give you the last one, and that was a banger. But right now, yeah, I'm not shorting, I'm not longing anything right here, guys. All right, we've got big, you know, it's a bullish market structure, making lower highs and lower lows. Look, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. So yeah, why would I short this, right? And I've seen so many posts online. That's the craziest thing, guys. I've seen so many posts online about how many people want to short this market, and they just keep getting obliterated, the shorts. They keep coming in, they keep getting absolutely obliterated. So many short liquidations because everybody just wants to keep shorting this market. But this is a breakout, ladies and gents. This is a big breakout. And yeah, I've seen the order flow, very bullish, very bullish. So no reason for me to get bearish here, guys. But I do think losing this pivot, this one here, that will be your first lower time frame change in market structure. I think a lot of people will think, oh, okay, we're coming down now. Quick move, quick flush, and then bang, out of there. For me, that's I feel like that's what's going to happen. We also have a weekly naked point of control, $76,000. Okay, $76,000. Very interesting levels, guys. And if I pull up a volume profile, have a look at this from the bottom of this impulsive move up from the $77,000 the trader told you guys all about. Look at this, right? Look at this. You can't make this stuff up, right, guys? The value area high, it sits right on the CME, and the point of control sits right on the weekly naked point of control. So for me, if you're looking to get long, these are your two next best bets. And for me, if it comes down, I'll be looking to long. And I won't be long in Bitcoin, I'll be long in altcoins, because for me, altcoin season is heating up. I do need to make a video on that, on which altcoins I'm looking at. But yeah, I'm telling you in this video, Solana and Dogecoin for now. Number two of my favorite horses that are going to outperform Bitcoin. You want to be looking at assets that are going to outperform Bitcoin, because the upside in Bitcoin, even though it might double from here, you know, altcoins can 5x from here, right? So you want pick a horse that's going to outperform Bitcoin, all right? So that's what I'll be looking at. That'll be my next trade setup on Bitcoin. Let's have a look at SPX, guys, all right? We got a 5% pump to the upside. I did tell you if Trump won, that's why I was expecting. If Kamala won, then maybe we could have dropped down into here. We've broken all-time highs, 5% pump, pretty similar to what happened here. Next, the following week, we've got a little bit of a smaller move, right? And then, yeah, the next big correction came in February, guys, on SPX. Happened a little bit early in crypto, but SPX, when new president took office, that's when we got a slight correction. But for me, yeah, this thing, yeah, that's what I'm expecting. More of the same. Let's have a look at NDX. Same thing, guys. Look at that big pump, right? We got the same thing this year. Big pump. All right, big pump on there, and then a move back. The following week, we got to move back to fill this imbalance. So we could have an opportunity after that. Never looked back, right? Big pump until the president took office. After we started correcting around second week of February. So we got a pump from election week until the next big correction. 14%. Big move on NASDAQ, right? 14%. And that's when we got a correction towards that move back down, you know, election week high. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm expecting next on here. If you want to get long and you get a, you know, we fill this inefficiency here, all this gap. I mean, this first gap for me is probably your best bet. If you come here, you're probably lucky. But for me, this first gap here on NDX, and then continue to ride this trend. All right. I don't expect this. I don't expect this one. All right. I do not expect that one. If you do get that, you're lucky. All right. And if you already missed out on positioning for this, which you should be already in by now, if you were trying to get in before the elections, you should be in already here. So yeah, if you're looking to get in, to ride this for the next, I'd say 2-3 months, here is probably your best bet, guys. Right? I think that's your best bet. On SPX, if we get a small move down on SPX is so bullish. I don't see anything happening there. But if you get it, you know, be ready, take advantage. I'm already positioned. I have my positions, but the only one I'm looking at is Bitcoin, guys. All right, if we get a move down here, I'll be looking to load up on my altcoins, and I'll be sending out these alerts in our Discord. And if you want to be a part of that, which altcoins, when I'm going to be looking to take these trades, and they're not going to be trades, they're going to be position holds for me, these. All right, so if I load up on altcoins, they'll be with me for the next 3-4 months. I'm gonna ride the trend. All right, I'm gonna ride it. The trend is your friend until the end. I'm gonna ride the trend, and you should do the same thing if you want to make money in these markets. If you want to know which altcoins I'm buying and when I'm buying them, come and be a part of the group. It's absolutely free. The Discord is free. Link is in the description, guys. All right, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you are making money in the markets just like we are. We are timing these markets. We are doing very, very well in these markets because we have been part of past cycles, past presidential elections. We've seen it before. Exact same thing is happening again. Nothing different. More liquidity is coming in. It's starting from China actually this time, guys. China is pumping a lot of liquidity in the markets, which is very bullish for Bitcoin. And another thing I want to mention is the ETFs. What a day they had, right? Record breaking. I think IBIT had 1.3 billion inflows into Bitcoin. What a day, right? That was the election day, I think it was. Yeah, they had the record amount of Bitcoin buying on that day. So they continue to buy. And imagine what happens when the OTC market dries up and there's no Bitcoin left to buy. They're going to have to go to the exchanges, and they're going to have to take the Bitcoin from the exchanges. What do you think that's going to do to the price? The price is going to absolutely rocket. I'm not going to sit here and give you any price targets because, you know, it's very, very subjective. I mean, one person will have a price target of 500,000, another person is 250. For me, I'm not going out into the curve that high. I'm taking it 1 week at a time, guys. I'm not going to sit here and give you silly price targets, but I'm very confident that we'll be in the 6 figures. Where in the 6 figures, I don't know, guys. I'm not Nostradamus. I can't predict the future, where exactly we're going to stop. But when we see signs of weakness, when we see, for me, it's the timing, right? It's the timing. The 4-year cycle is pretty much same across the board. Bitcoin has 4-year cycles. If you follow the timeline, ballpark, you're going to be right. Okay, ballpark, you're going to be right. So that's what you want to do. You want to follow past cycles, the timing of the cycles. They're pretty much very, very similar. So we could, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the timing. Right now, for me, this is just warming up. This is heating up, and you want to be long right now. All right, guys, do not be looking to go short right now on the market. Okay, look for long positions. Position yourself to take full advantage of. These are the most exciting months in the market. We've had 7 months of just shitty sideways chop, especially on Bitcoin. So you want to be enjoying this. I hope you're in already. If you're not, take advantage of what I'm saying. Might be a next opportunity on the charts. But good luck out there, traders. If you want to be getting more videos like this, hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Come and join our Discord. Everything is free. We are sending out alerts, cracking alerts. We're day trading futures markets, NASDAQ and SPX every single day. We are sending out our trade ideas, and you can be a part of that. If you want to learn how to trade, come and join us. Thank you for watching, traders. Peace.